So this video is about making the settings on Zoom. So here's the microphone icon, a little triangle. We'll open this up and we see audio settings. Click here and let me move a little bit. Okay, so what do we have over here? You can see the microphone and you can see the input volume is all the way up. Okay, this is an important setting here. Automatically adjust microphone volume, so it's disabled. So that means if it's enabled, if we click this and then somebody shouts into the microphone, it'll naturally suppress it. If they shout loud enough, it suppresses it to the point where you don't hear the audio, which is, in our case, usually not desirable. So this is off. Okay, so these days the software is a little bit changed, but so original sound for musicians, I highly recommend this setting for our Zoom classes, because if it's not, if original sound is not turned on, then Zoom has a hard time pushing the mic signal and the music signal through the Zoom meeting. In other words, it's constantly fighting with itself. It can't decide which one to allow through. But with original sound, will allow both signals to pass through. If it's not enabled, in most cases, the result is the audio sounds really bad. And also, when we turn on original sound for musicians, it actually disables some of the automatic audio processing that takes place in Zoom. So those audio processors are actually they're not very well developed. And that's why the sounds, it sounds very washy, because it's just not a very sophisticated audio processor. So original sound disables the Zoom processing, and I think that's highly desirable for our classes. And you can see this one, the echo cancellation is enabled. Stereo audio, we don't need for Zoom class. High fidelity music mode, it's kind of new. I've never used it. I'm not sure how it would work. It might use up a lot of bandwidth, so it might slow down the meeting. Live performance audio, again, this is like if people are getting together and having a jam session, so we don't need that for our class. Okay, and then advanced settings here. There's not a lot here anymore. So in our computer, all of this is auto, and I think that's sufficient. So let's go back. And echo cancellation actually is more of a situation, especially with a laptop. If the speakers are turned on and the microphone is on the computer, there's always a situation where the speaker sound can come out of the computer and bounce into the computer microphone, and you'll get echoing and then sometimes feedback. But there's ways of mitigating all of that, which I'm not going to get into now. So the advanced, or back to just regular. So the one thing that I want to cover in this is just one more thing. If we open up this one, then for the microphone, I use a USB device. So I take the sound from the audio out of the mixing board, and it's input into the Zoom computer via a USB sound device. And by the way, it's also possible to use just a straight up USB microphone and plug it into the computer. And I think some external microphone besides the one that's on the camera or on the computer for a class setting would actually be more desirable. So for example, I'll just pan to this real quick. I'm trying to keep the video short, but right behind me is I actually have two mics set up. Why just stick with one when you can use two? These are boundary mics. You can buy it. This is about a $250 mic. It's quite good. It's made by Shure. And you can also buy like a USB microphone that'll plug directly into a computer through a USB port for around $100. I never did a comparison between like that kind of microphone and then the Shure mics, but these are kind of more professional grade mics, and they actually work quite well. So that is my video. Okay. 감사합니다.